Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Time for my next Power Rangers Beast Morphers International episode review. This is episode 10, or it'll probably be 11 here because we slotted in that sports special. But this was indeed the Gavan episode, like many expected from the episode descriptions we got a couple weeks ago. Chaku and the signal that's coming is Gavan. The name Chaku came out in casting a long time ago and people kind of assumed it was Gavan, and they assumed correctly. But you never know, because remember everyone thought Vargoyle was going to be Neo Gryphosaur. But both of those things ended up being true. I did a theory video which is completely blown out of the water now, that Jason was going to be the signal being sent and it was going to foreshadow the Dino team-up. However, there is potentially some Dino team-up connections. So basically the Rangers get a warning from space about a villain on his way to attack and steal some morph-x and just basically do bad stuff. It's a space signal. It's kind of weirdly framed at the beginning because it almost makes it seem like it was something that happened last episode and I missed it, but they get a signal. And then almost immediately after that, some morph-x is being stolen. And when they go to find out what's happening, they find a pervert in a metal suit not wearing pants, so they arrest him for indecent exposure. Long after that, after they lock him up, they get an attack from the actual alien, which is a guy named Ryjack, who first appears to Evox and starts to work with him and proves his worth by replicating, reviving Vargoyle, speaking of Vargoyle, in a golden form, and it kind of reminds me of the golden evolutions from Cross Wars, but he's revived and he's got a control collar on him so he doesn't bark. Rangers go to fight him, and when they attack, this is the Dino team-up connection now. He summons some Putties and some Viveks. The Rangers don't know who they are, so apparently they didn't read about those in the archives, but they keep saying, what are those things? I feel like they said, what are those things, like 15 times, and finally he says, Putties and Viveks, man, you know your history. Ryjack, that's his brother, he's a huge sports fan, but Ryjack is a huge Power Rangers fan, he knows all the henchmen. So then they do a civilian fight with the Putties and the Viveks, and I'll talk about that a little bit at the end if that's maybe connected to the team-up, other than just being kind of foreshadowing. But they do a civilian fight, and when they're fighting Ryjack, Zoe and Ravi get hit, they come down with COVID-19, and it's up to the pervert they have in jail to show them they need to be wearing masks right now. So they find out, you know, that Chaku's not a bad guy, he was just trying to recharge himself in his mask. I feel like it's unclear whether he's a robot, because he's like, I need to recharge myself. I'm like, okay, are you a robot? Are you recharging your suit? Are you recharging your mask? I don't get it. But the misunderstanding is solved. You know, in bringing the Gavan suit over, they brought over tried and true tokusatsu bread and butter of crossovers, misunderstandings. So now they're all on the same side, and they go to fight the villains of the week, and there's a Megazord fight with Nate, and then Devon and Gavan are, you know, hey, that rhymes, that could have worked. Devon and Chaku fight in and out of Sentai and original footage. Chaku summons his lame-ass snow globe bike, and then they defeat Clone Vargoyle, but Ryjack is still on the loose because this actually is going to be a two-parter. There is some Ben and Betty stuff there, but it's not worth mentioning other than the fact that I wish we could go one episode without ending on them. I know MMPR used to do that a lot, which is not a good reason to do anything. MMPR used to do it, actually should be a reason not to do something. I hate that so many episodes don't end on a nice moment. Like, yesterday's episode should have ended on the nice moment of reuniting with his dad. This could have ended on the note of, now we're gonna work together to fight Rhinoc or whatever his name is. But they could have ended on that nice moment and I was like, nope, we gotta come in and bumble around. Overall, I thought this was a solid and okay episode. It wasn't as good as yesterday's because Dr. K wasn't in it. So that's that. No Dr. K, 0 out of 10. That's what the episode gets. I thought it was a decent episode. I'm glad that there wasn't any sort of forced, like, shoehorned in moral or anything like that. It was a pretty decent plot. The stuff with Rygog, or whatever his name is kind of interesting because it's a space alien since we're fighting robots this time, and he's summoning different henchmen that we'll probably see in the Dino team-up as well. But I don't know if that'll be connected. It could just be foreshadowing, or foreshadowing that the villains could also use that summoner to summon the various henchmen, or, you know, maybe they're, like, synthetic. Maybe that's what it is and that's all it is. But it would be cool to find out next episode that maybe this dude is working with somebody tied to the Dino team-up. Like, it can't be a coincidence, but it's possible it's just foreshadowing for that gadget. We did get to see not Gavan enter the PR vault to steal back his mask, but we didn't see anything new in the PR vault that I noticed, but I did like that that Rygog's, whatever his name is, Rybread, that his goal was to steal from the Ranger Vault. I thought that was kind of a cool connection from last week. So it made for a solid episode. I kind of wish we hadn't used Gavan because I'm tired of him trying to make metal heroes happen, but I guess it wouldn't bother me so much if I didn't know who Gavan was. So it would just be a solid episode with kind of a decent-ish plot connected to the Ranger Vault stuff from last week, like I said, which was kind of cool. And the Putties and Vivix thing was kind of unexpected in a way. You know, in some of the trailers there was a couple shots, and I think in the opening there's a shot of them fighting the Vivix, but I always assumed that would come from the Dino team up, so sort of similar in a smaller way to Dr. K. That I'm a poet and even though I rhyme those words. It's kind of similarly, I didn't expect them to show up in this episode, and I do hope there is a connection. And I know that there could be some confusion about, like, he says, you know, Putties and Vivix have been fighting Rangers for a long time, and I know there could be some confusion there because Dino Charge is a different dimension. But I kind of like the idea that, like, Rangers in the Prime dimension, like in space or something, have been fighting Vivix as well. But we'll have to see. But regardless, these last 2 episodes have been pretty solid and filled with a surprising amount of little connections, and I'm hoping that continues. I also feel like it's worth noting real quick here at the end that both of these episodes, 9 and 10, were directed by Simon Bennett, who's going to be the showrunner next year. I don't want to get my hopes up, cautiously optimistic, but I like what I've seen so far. I feel like I've just been cautiously optimistic since 2009 and only been not let down kind of sort of like 3 times. But overall, a decentish episode. I will give it a 7. I will be back with Beast Morphers reviews Monday because they take the weekend off, and then we're apparently going to be getting daily reviews. But if you saw the episode, what did you guys think of it? What did you guys think of not Gavan and Rybread as characters? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for all my videos. Thanks guys, Dawson Ryder, signing out.